Hunter, in the last final, you had a side panel come off, and you ended up in that 5th place position, and that's not where you want to be right now. So talk about going into tonight, how you just clean the slate and start a new day.
Yeah, just try to have a short memory, get a good start, and just try to focus on myself and run my own race. Try to pick clean lines and just do what I know how to do.
Well, good luck tonight.
That man right there, the number 8, has a history of making big, epic comebacks. That's Hunter Patnode. Runner-up in the
fire in the last round, and you had phenomenal qualifying heat races. So talk about how you're going to do that again, but make sure you get on the box this time.
Yeah, I was just having fun last night with great starts, and the final I was riding hard and strong and ended up coming off, so had a bad finish, but just going to focus on being strong and fast and no crashes.
Absolutely. Well, good luck tonight.
That's Cody Cam, number 53. And holding those red plates, holding on to them, once again coming into round 10 for Ski-Doo, FXR, Classic Construction, North American Trailer. He is for Thien Motorsports, Ski-Doo, the number 200 Viking rocket, all the way from Norway, Elias Ishol.
Elias, I have an excited fan here. Boston wants to ask you a question.
Why did you pick your number?
Why I picked my number? Actually, before my first ever race, I needed to pick a number, and my dad had a couple different numbers, so I didn't want to pick his, and my uncle was always racing number 200, so I actually called him and asked if I could borrow his number.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Want to say good luck?
Good luck.
So great getting our young Royce fans involved and up close and personal with the best in the business, the best in the world. And this guy right here in round 9 proved just why he is a 4-time Premier Class champion, the Viking rocket himself, Elias Ishol. Well, here we go. We're going to take a lap around historic Huset Speedway, starting off with the stud boy hole shot. Robbie, this is where you shine.
That's right. Here we go. Hole shot under the tower. You want to be first to this corner. Obviously, shut everybody off from the inside, the outside. Swing wide here. Seen a lot of guys jump into that inside, but that outside's been fast all afternoon. Big triple over here. You can see how rough it's getting into the finish line. And now you could triple, even quad. Haven't seen anybody do it yet, but it's not over. This section here will tire you. Your legs will be burning all the way through here. Inside, outside, take your pick. Into another brutal rhythm section. And now we have another inside-outside line. You're going to have to pay attention to this because right now it's nice and smooth, but it's going to change throughout the night, and that's where the race is going to really be won and lost. And that is a lap here in South Dakota.
That does it, and I love the options, Robbie. I love the distinction between some of the corners and the lines out there on the straightaways, and like you said, this track's grueling. It's going to demand the best. So look at this crowd. We're getting a look at the entrance to the Speedway. You fans are showing up, and that is exactly why we are back here in the beautiful Sioux Falls area, the first time ever to Brandon, South Dakota. So thanks, guys, for showing up and supporting the baddest show on snow. Well, first up in our program, Premier Class Racing, AMSOIL Pro. In this one, we will see Logan Christian, Cody Cam, Daniel Benham, Peter Narsa, Francis Pelletier, and your defending champion, Elias Ishol. We'll get a look at the Stud Boys start line and confirm or deny whether or not Peter Narsa, the number 27 for ScoQuiz race team, is in fact lining up. Had an unfortunate crash last night in round 9. Fortunately, he's been checked out, no broken bones, but he's pretty bruised up, specifically in the ribs. So they weren't sure if he was going to line up, collect those valuable start points, or if they're going to call it a night and preserve him for next weekend's racing. Quick turnaround. Shout out to you fans in the VIP suites. We appreciate all of you. How many of you guys out there are snowmobiles yourselves? I hear the trail system out here is epic. Well, Thanks for being here. Robbie, analyze these starting positions for us.
Cody Cam sitting on that outside. Last night, he got 2 hole shots in his heat races, lining up exactly where he is. Tried it in the final, didn't work out for him. But let's not leave Elias Ishwal sitting on that second from the inside. He's playing it safe there. I like where Elias is sitting, so...
And just to his left, our right on the screen, Peter Narsa just taking start. So he's going to start and park, if you will, for you NASCAR fans, to collect those points. Under starter's orders, don't move an inch. We're green. First one to turn 1. Looks to be, I believe, one of the Warner Racing Skidoo Skids. Look at Cody Cam.
Does it again. That outside works perfect. Elias, terrible jump, so he's back of the pack here. So here's Cody's chance to get some points. Put Elias behind him, set sail, track is smooth, prepped right now. Let's see what happens.
And Cody Cam, like we heard in opening ceremonies, he's looking for redemption tonight. Heck of a start for Francis Pelletier for Warner Racing Skidoo. His teammate in the Lights division grabbed a huge hole shot in his respective division. They seem to have things dialed on the pro class sled as well for Francis, but now battle for second between Dan Benham, Francis Pelletier, the former teammates.
And watch Benham jumps inside of Pelletier. Gets that second spot. Benham not messing around tonight.
That jump was on the razor's edge of precision, but that'll happen when you're racing with the best and the best. They know what they're doing, taking risks out there. That's what this sport is all about. So Dan Benham will take the second place position over Francis Pelletier.
Sure will, and I like his line here, staying to that inside. Cody's searching, trying to find a line that'll work with him, but I don't believe it's faster. You can see Dan really closes the gap on him. So watch for Cody to go back to that inside there.
And we've seen Cody Cam be so strong, not only because he's on a Polaris, these warmer temps, these Polaris sleds just hook up, but I've seen when tracks get rough, Cody Cam really shines, and he's got a handful of Arctic hatches behind him with Dan Benham's all over him. We are not seeing the leader run away from this one by any means.
And there you go, Cody gets back. No, he stays in that same line that he was in. Try it out again, maybe he buttered it a little bit better there, getting over that triple a lot more clean. So Benham still on the gas, pushing him, holding him honest, but Elias sitting in that 4th spot. Pay attention to him. He's not going to want to settle there.
No, he is not. No settling when Dan Benham is right there in the running order. Behind our front runners, the top 2 is Francis Pelletier. Elias Ishwal, who has been constantly getting roosted, is second to last so far in this qualifier, so not a great start to the night for him, followed by Logan Christian.
And Logie having one of his best seasons all year. He's been right in the mix. Maybe a little bit off on that start. Not sure what happened there with him, but you see Cody. He's so silky smooth.
And that will be 2 to go. So they've, in ways, fallen into formation now with 2 laps to go. So Cody Cam has been able to gain some ground over Daniel Benham. And now Francis Pelletier has Dan Benham in his scope. Can he make something happen with a lap and a half to go?
Yeah, Dan just carrying that momentum around that corner. It's going to be really hard to press him or get into side of him for a pass. He's just carrying way too much speed. So we'll see what happens. 1 to go.
And our flagger gives us the 1 to go signal. Like you said, white flag is out for the race leader, Cody Cam. Cody, in terms of lap times, has been throwing down the fastest one. Last time by, well, the last time by actually, as our timing updated, Daniel Benham was the fastest on the last lap, but this is the final 2 turns to go for Cody Cam.
Yeah, Cody just racing this to the checkers. He knows exactly where Benham is. It's that big triple, and here you go. For the win, Cody Cam.
Easy does it. There we have it. Makes it look simple there, especially in the late paces, but to have to play a game of defense early on over Dan Benham, he makes it happen. So that'll be Cody Cam's his 8th qualifier win of the year. No one's won more qualifiers than that guy right there. So we're going to catch a word with him, with Josie Christian, who's on standby. Take it away, Josie.
Thanks, Haley. You said those starts, that's exactly what you needed. You're repeating what you did yesterday, but what are you finding out about the track that's different from yesterday?
Yeah, the track is really fast right now with the fresh groom before an intermission, but it was still tricky to find the good fast lines. There's some slower and faster areas out there, and just watching the guys behind me, I knew they were coming and where they were quicker, so I went around and found the fast lines, and we did it.
Absolutely. Well, good luck the rest of the night.
Great race for the Henges Racing Polaris runner, debuting that 2024 FXR race kit. You'll see a number of our Polaris racers doing the same thing this weekend. So, well, with that said, we have another race coming up, round 2 of the pro class. But before we do, we're going to take a quick commercial break, let some of these fans pour into the stadium here. There's a big line outside. We want to make sure everyone gets to enjoy the best show on snow. So don't go anywhere. This is the Octane Inc. Snocross National, presented by TDS Trucking.
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. Run with us.
Are you ready to shake things up? For the first time in AMSOIL Championship Snocross history, we're going Triple Crown Racing in our pro class. This new format will essentially feature 3 main events in place of the heat races. Robbie, what does that mean for the racing product?
Thanks, Erica. Triple Crown format, 3 8-minute motos. Gonna be a lot of time out there and very grueling on these guys. It's gonna be taxing on the body, but also if you have maybe that one-off race, it's the best of all 3. The name of the game is consistency and stamina.
And within those 3 8-minute plus 1-lap motos, here's how the points work. Winner in each race will take home 15 points. Second takes home 12, and third, 10 points. For each subsequent position, subtract 1 point. And again, we're looking for overall best score. Maximum amount of points you can achieve is 45, but that best overall finisher will be the Triple Crown winner.
We are back to the Octane Inc. Snocross National, presented by TDS Trucking. Well, we just gave you the lowdown on what's to come, not this weekend, but the next rounds, 11 and 12 in Elk River, Minnesota at ERX Motor Park. And we're going to be breaking this down for you later in the broadcast. And we have one of our teammates, one of our analysts, come up to the booth with us. But Robbie, let's talk about Triple Crown, if you don't mind. So we just gave them the lowdown, the points, what it's going to be, very similar to Monster Energy Supercross, if you're familiar. So you gave us some details there in the video, but what are you maybe most excited about with the racing product that Triple Crown produces?
Well, I think it gives you that opportunity to find a new winner, possibly, or a change in the podium, because your races are going to be a little shorter, so you're not going to have that, going into the very end of the 10 minutes plus a lap. The other thing is consistency. Consistency will get you there to the top, so you can afford a little bit of a, a bad start, like you seen that last heat with Elias. Little late on the trigger, definitely missed that start. Now he can rebound and come back and still get that win.
He can. So we're not only looking at stamina, we look at the numbers of what lap or what section of the race, if you will, what stage are these racers really kicking it into high gear and finding those fast times. So we'll give you more of an update on that later in the show. But also we're looking at hole shots. With a heat race, you always want to find a good start, but you can maybe afford to not have a great start. You better bring it in the main. So now with 3 mains, you are racing a full field on that hole shot, unlike those heat races in the standard format. So those starts always critical, but even more critical in this format, you'd say?
Absolutely. Way more critical, because as you've seen there in that heat race, with the numbers down a little bit, you have more room. Cody can line up way on that outside and kind of swing over and get that hole shot. Tried it in the final. It didn't work so good last night because of the fact that there was 9 sleds to the left of him, and there just wasn't the room to get around that corner. So I'm excited to go Triple Crown Racing. I think it's going to add a lot. It's going to definitely shake it up, and I guarantee you by the end of the third race, it's going to be tiring. These guys are going to feel it. That's a lot of time with all that, with all the racers out there at the same time.
And I really like the point at which it's happening in the season. Rounds 11 and 12, potentially more. The verdict is still out if we're going to see it more this season, but we're going to see how it goes. At this point in the season, these racers should all be seasoned, peak physical condition. So we'll see how much this is going to challenge them even further. So we're looking forward to that again. That is next weekend at Elk River, Minnesota, ERX Motor Park. So watch for that live on FloRacing around the globe. Well, with that, we do have a contest going on for you fans. Well, a challenge, if you will, AMSOIL Trivia. So head on over to our Instagram page where we will ask you the question. It is, which Snocross team here in the pits this weekend doubles as a sprint car race team in the summer months? This is a really tricky one. So let us know. Chime in on our Instagram. That's at Snocross. We will break it down for you later in the show and give you the answer. So that, once again, is AMSOIL Trivia. Up next in the program, we have round 1, heat 2 of the AMSOIL Pro Class. As our racers approach the line on the freshly groomed Stud Boy start line, in this one you will see Emil Haar, Adam Peterson, Cole Katu, Hunter Patnode, and Aki Palaya. So helping us set the stage for the next qualifier is our teammate Josie Christian.
It's definitely nice to see Aki Palaya back out there this weekend. When I was talking to him earlier today, he said he was excited to get back and get out racing, that he's feeling very comfortable, and we saw that in the last round qualifying. He was definitely looking a lot cleaner, and this is a track style that fits him a little bit better than the other styles that we were riding on. So I think we should definitely keep an eye on him because he's definitely hungry to get one of these qualifying wins down.
He is. Thank you very much, Josie. As they're approaching the Stud Boy start line, we see on the left-hand side of your screen, that's Hunter Patnode, and to his left, our right, about center stage, that looks to be the Polaris runner for Judding Motorsports, Emil Haar.
Nickname Moose.
Moose.
Because he is a big moose, and he was running after those guys last night. He needed 2 more laps. I think he could have got in there and actually mixed it up with Elias. He had some serious speed in the closing.
And a guy like Moose, his strong, tall stature, an avid moose hunter, by the way, that's also in part how he gets the nickname on a track like this, Robbie, where in ways it was pitching the sled side to side. You really have to muscle that sled through the rhythms of this track in the areas where there's a lot of character. So the physicality, it's there. He has the peak condition. I think he's one that might do well in this Triple Crown format.
Yeah, I agree. He's definitely got that power and that strength, and then that long body. He can hang off the side of the sled. But what he did so well last night was he stayed moving in the corners where everybody started stopping and starting, and it really kills your momentum. So he carried that momentum all the way through the corners, and you could see it. He was starting to close really quick, and there's one guy, Hunter Patnode. It's time to get going, Hunter. You didn't show up as what we expected last night. Excited to see what he brings. I like where he's lined up right now. Taking a page out of Cody Cam's book, so.
And Hunter Patnode looking for a rebound tonight, a comeback. And he has a history of making big comebacks, so expecting big things from the number 8. We'll see if he can bring it here in round 2, heat 2, the AMSOIL Pro Class. What do you say, Huset Speedway? We're under starter's orders. Should we set them loose? We are off. Stud Boy hole shot. Looks to be Aki Palaya.
It sure is. Aki Palaya coming around that first corner. Look at Hunter Patnode, not wasting any time. Jumps to that second spot.
Yes, and now he's challenging for that race lead. Hunter Patnode versus Aki Palaya. Skidoo versus Skidoo. Aki Palaya coming off of an ankle injury earlier this season. Ooh.
Oh, little bobble. Aki makes a mistake. Hunter goes right to the lead.
Hitting the handlebars hard, but he's a little bit off the pace now, but we'll see if he can regain that momentum.
And look who's in second, the Moose. We called it earlier. Look out, he's not going to waste any time. He's going to try to get right into Hunter's tail and latch on.
And to think what could have happened if he did not have to hard charge in the previous round in the main event. Now we're seeing challenge Aki Palaya. That is the number 3, Adam Peterson.
And you can see he's just staying wide everywhere. We should start taking a page out of his notebook because he's not slowing down in these corners.
Taking the high side on dirt, that is a key strategy here at the high banks of Huset Speedway. Doing so on the banks of the snow turns, continuing to set the pace in this race. Hunter Patnode, fastest racer on track. As of now, we're seeing a battle at the tail of the field on your screen right now. That is between Cole Coutu and Adam Peterson.
Two young guns sitting on places, battling it out back there. Both have an extreme amount of speed, and you see Cole Coutu. Whoa, Cole goes off the track.
He gets collected with one of the flags out there just past the TDS trucking section. So, man, tough break for Coutu, who gets into the K-rail and catch fence there. We'll keep you updated.
And we got a battle up front. Hunter and Emo, they are going ski to ski.
But they're going to hit the caution, so sleds cannot leave the ground. No jumping under caution.
Yeah, and you've seen that heads-up racing. Har lets it go by. He knew he got that advantage entering that yellow zone, so now he can set sail, get back after him. He's got a faster line right here. He can shut him down. You can see they're going to play a little cat and mouse.
Yeah, switching lines. Even the old crossover move tries to do so again through the inside, Emil Har.
What a great race we have tonight, guys. This is awesome.
Caution flag is still out. Try to gain the ground you can before the caution flag conditions. Side by side, so sleds got to stay grounded, no passing. You cannot make an advantage through the caution flag. Now they're through it.
It's almost like they get a little bit of a resting period through there. That's them, and oh, you can see Hunter switches his lineup now. That's exactly what Har wanted him to do.
Heads up, that's what sub Hunter Patnode able to hang on to that race lead. Again, we're gonna see the white flag out this time for the number 8.
And I don't like what Hunter's doing. He's looking behind him. He's more worried at where Har is right now, and that's not where you want to be as a racer. You want to be looking forward, driving forward, getting everything you can out of this. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. They're going to switch lines again. Yeah, they are. So here we go. This is the corner. This is where the pass needs to be made.
Will he do it? Final time through this corner. Trying to get a better run launch from the top side of that corner. Emil Har not going to be enough. Onto the front stretch for one final time. Hunter Patnode victorious in this qualifier. Fantastic race they just put on for you race fans. How about that? The number 8 for Shearing Speed Sports Skidoo takes another one home. His 7th qualifier win of the year in epic fashion. I can't wait to hear what he has to say, courtesy of our friend Josie, who is with him trackside.
Hunter, what a race, and that was just a qualifying round. Emil pushing you that entire time, and we saw you looking over your shoulder quite a bit there, changing up the line. So what was going through the mind there?
Just trying to find the lines that he was taking. As a leader, it's kind of tough to be able to see what's going on behind you. So, yeah, that's kind of one of the better things about being in second, but being out of the roost is always good too. So just try to figure out what he was doing better than me, and hopefully we can be better in the next round.
Well, good luck the rest of the night.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josie. Job well done. Hunter Patnode, the 7th of the year for the qualifiers. So we'll take a look at this battle once again. Robbie, break it down.
Yeah, Hunter just checks up, squares him, and shuts the door. And obviously you can see Har trying to jump back inside of him, but yeah, pins it right there, squares it up. Hunter had nowhere to go. Har had nowhere to go there, and that was it.
Whew, I can only hope for a continuation of that battle coming up in the second round qualifiers, or the main event this evening. Coming up at 8:45 p.m. The bad boys of Snocross Racing will do battle in the bull ring of Huset Speedway. Well, coming up next in the program, that does it for round 1 of qualifiers for the pro class, so there's more racing still ahead. Don't go anywhere. This is the Octane Inc. Snocross National, presented by TDS Trucking. Stay tuned for Pro Light Racing on deck.
Will take the turns for
These are the moments that we all dream of. But these moments don't come with ease. When we look back on everything that we have built, we want to be able to say that nothing was left on the table. Because these moments will always live on.
We are the original snowmobile company and are here for riders who want to go more places, do more things, meet more people, and have more fun doing it. It's been part of our DNA since 1954, pushing us to make every part of every ride better. So come on, let's get out and ride.
You can't take a second off. Here it is elbows up 100% of the time.
3 and 4, this time by 4.
Since 1954, Huset Speedway has been rewriting history. In 2023, they'll do it again with the highest paying race in the world of Outlaws history. June 21st through the 24th. The Huset's High Bank Nationals. Get your tickets today at HusetSpeedway.com.
Every superhero has an origin story. We all got our start somewhere. For us, it was the U.S. Air Force.
What if I told you there's an invisible injury that kills over 17 United States veterans in America every day? That's more than 6,000 U.S. veterans lost every year to suicide. Hi, I'm Tony from Operation Vet Now, and our U.S. military veterans deserve the best. Veterans in Crisis, an OVN-endorsed crisis care line, is available 24/7 for vets, concerned family members, or friends of vets. Additionally, there are retreats, therapies, and qualified organizations standing by and ready to help our veterans. Be a part of the solution. Get involved or learn more. Log into opvetnow.org and be there for our veterans.
Hey, Jeff Fisher here with Sledhead 24/7. We're in the shop doing a little bit of maintenance and cleanup. One product that we use quite a bit around here is the Mud Slinger. Now, we use it a lot, you know, on the ATV and our dirt bikes, spraying the fenders and keeps the mud from sticking to it. One thing we found out, it keeps the snow from sticking to the suspensions and the tunnel. And it also cleans them up and gives them a nice luster, especially some of the older sleds, how that black belly pans or some of the darker belly pans can get dirty and kind of almost chalky looking. This will give it a nice shine, cleans them up great. Spray it on the sled. You know, two spots that I don't like to put it is my seat and the grips. And of course, don't spray it on your clutches or belt because it will be slippery. Other than that, this is a great product to use to help clean up your sled and also keep the snow from sticking to the suspension and under the tunnel. Go on amsoil.com, find out a list and a link to all the other great merchandise they have to keep your machines running properly.
When a hydraulic or industrial hose fails, equipment stops, and that means lost time, productivity, and operating costs. Pertec's cutting-edge mobile and retail services, 1-hour ETA, and quality products are designed to keep essential heavy machinery and equipment working. Minimize your downtime by making Pertec your only call for on-site hydraulic and industrial hose maintenance and replacement. Or visit your local Pertec Service and Supply Center for immediate custom fabricated hoses. Go to PertecUSA.com to find your local Pertec. We'll keep you operating.
Welcome back to the Octane Inc. Snocross National, presented by TDS Trucking, live from Huset Speedway, all over the world on FloRacing. Up next, our first heat race of the evening for the Pro Lite class, the stepping stone to the Premier Division. Always provides an epic show. In this one, you will see at the Stud Boy start line Cale Callan, Andy Pake, Riley Bester, Anson Scheel, Tyler Uman, Evan Dowd, Adam Ashline, and Bailey Forst. And if the number 64 of Andy Pake sounds familiar to you fans, that's because he got to race his sprint car here for the first time ever last season. So his first big season in the sprint car, racing 305s around the Midwest. He went out, set quick time early in the night. So it's great to have multi-discipline athletes out here in our field. And in this one, Riley Bester, Robbie, has been a rocket ship on the starts.
He sure has. His hole shots have been on point all season. But the guy I'm looking at is the bright white Arctic Cats, the number 44, Anson Scheel. He needs to get his act together. But I did find out he was sick last night, so he is definitely under the weather. But he needs to put that aside. No one cares. It's time to go, Anson.
Well, hey, if that's the baseline when you're under the weather, I can only anticipate what's to come tonight. Hopefully feeling a little bit better. The number 44, Anson Scheel. Here we go, getting an aerial view of the start line. We are about to go green, and we're off.
Look who it is.
Clean stud boy hole shot by the number 151 of Riley Bester. He's at it again.
Evan Dowd sitting in that second spot. And number 3, Anson Scheel. So good start for Scheel, getting himself in the mix early.
Side-by-side battle between two of the Skidoo sleds just behind him. I believe one of those is Andy Pake.
The Diesel, Andy Pake. Watch for him late in the race. He will keep coming and not stop. You don't want to be feeling tired at the end of it.
Oh, look at this, trying to sneak up on the inside. That wasn't going to be enough for Anson Scheel, but battle for the third place position. That is Andy Pake and Adam Ashline. Adam Ashline, who did not make the main event one round ago, unfortunately made a mistake in the last chance qualifier.
Oh, and Ashline comes off. Got a little sideways through that section. Seems to be a problem area for a lot of riders tonight.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe that place looks oddly similar to what we had seen one round ago in that last chance qualifier. Could be wrong, but tough break for Adam Ashline. He's hoping to not have to make an LCQ appearance tonight, so he's going to have to regroup, get things back on track for the round 2 qualifier. But out front, continuing to lead, that's Riley Bester over Anson Scheel, Andy Pake, Evan Dowd, Bailey Forst.
And Scheel gets out of rhythm there. Definitely not ideal, because Pake closes right to the bumper of Anson, so Anson needs to clean things up a little bit.
Good jump for Pake, but won't be enough. This corner is the differentiator.
It sure is. I think he's got the advantage. No, Anson's gonna run him high. Good heads-up racing by Anson.
Good clean racing too, just runs him high, no contact to be made, and Evan Dowd's just behind him watching this battle go forth.
But Andy's got a great line on that outside. He's staying doubling all the way through, makes the pass on Anson. So Riley Bester better get going. Like I said, the Diesel is coming.
He is right there, has an advantage going into this right-hand Skidoo sweeper through the Big Air U.S. Air Force rhythm section. Andy Pake with the advantage, continues to close the door on Anson Scheel. Anson Scheel looking to rally back. One lap to go, this time by the start stripe.
Yeah, and the race is really coming quick to Anson. He's got Evan Dowd now breathing down his neck. And looks like Evan's going to get the advantage. No, Anson jumps back.
Anson does it through the Arctic Cat corner. Anson holds off hard-charging Evan Dowd. So Evan Dowd's not done yet. Again, the final lap.
our leader, Riley Bester, from start to finish.
And it's looking to be perfection for the Team LaValle Polaris racer. Out of Minnesota, Riley Bester gets it done, followed by Andy Pake. Evan Dowd makes the pass over Anson Shield, followed by the 341 of Bailey Forst. And for Riley Bester, his qualifiers this year puts her into double digits. His 10th qualifier win of the year, continuously been one of the top qualifiers, has been the top qualifier 3 times this year. 3 times out of 9, not a bad record at all. Well done. On to the next one. This one, you'll see Dylan Rose, Oscar Englund, Jordan LaBelle undefeated.